Welcome to another episode of the MAREG Experience, and today's guest is one of the guests that's actually I've been getting a lot of text messages about as to why I haven't had him on. So, without further ado, we have Joe Moreno. What's going on, man? How have you been?
What's up, Mario?
One thing that a lot of people don't know is Joe is a little camera shy. So everybody may see you on social media and whatnot, but when it comes to doing these videos, you were telling me off camera that you're a little camera shy, right?
Yeah.
See? Why is that, my boy?
I just never liked it.
You've never really liked it?
Being on camera.
That's cool. Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about different things, as we do with everybody who we bring on the podcast. We've known each other for a while now. Since when?
2014. I believe
2014,
2013,
back when we used to represent another
toga.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, we used to represent a different builder, right? At the time, neither one of us were licensed agents. Neither one of us had even I think, were you already thinking of becoming a licensed agent back then, or no?
Not really.
No. So neither one of us had done any of that, and I think we've just grown in the real estate space, right? Yeah. From being in that particular position to now being listing agents for one of the best builders in El Paso, and just the trajectory, right, in real estate. I know that last year you were one of the top 3 producers for the brokerage, correct?
Number 2.
Yeah. Damn, right behind number 1. No, yeah. I mean, tell me, what is it that you do, or what sets you apart? Because being a number 2 agent at a brokerage with over 60 agents, really has something to say. You can be a top agent for the month, right? But being a top agent for the year definitely has something to say about you. So tell me, what is it that sets you apart from other real estate agents, man?
I think it's just the people. I'm trustworthy with my clients. I'm very transparent. Mm-hmm. So all my business comes from referrals.
Okay.
That's it. So I always have a friend. You know what? I have a friend that's looking for a house, or I have a friend that's selling their house. So that's just how my business has been growing. Okay. From referrals.
So most of your businesses, if not all, is referral based.
Correct.
And when you say trustworthiness and people refer you, what is it that makes them feel so comfortable to refer you their friend? Because if I tell my friend, hey, go to Joe, it becomes a tough sell, right? Especially if you don't come through, if you don't help them the way I was helped by you. So what do you think you've done throughout your career that has built that trustworthiness?
Well, I've had clients that their credit challenge. That's how it started. So they've told me before, I work with several agents. One, they don't want to help me, no callbacks. And I guess like once the agent looks at the credit, the agent's like, oh, we'll fix your credit and then just come back when you're available. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually one of those agents that basically grabs the client's hand and we walk through the whole thing, I mean, from having secret credit cards, stuff like that, just to get their credit up there, and then just make sure to get them into a house.
So, I mean, just from what I'm hearing is that it's a journey. It's not hey, we're going to get you in a house quick. You've had clients, and that's probably why they feel so comfortable, right? You've had them for such a long time. You've been working on them for such a long time. I'm going to read something that I sent out to the team today, but it was something that I liked a lot, which means you want to win sellers or buyers over. Don't wait until they're sellers or buyers. Target your marketing towards homeowners or people who are currently not in that headspace, and they'll remember you when the decision arises to buy or sell.
100%.
So what you're telling me is that you hold their hand, right? Even before they're ready to buy anything, and you take them through the journey of the home buying process, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's definitely something very, very commendable. Now, your niche. What is your niche? What do you think you are best at? I can say this very honestly. I think I am best at selling new construction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get to represent one of El Paso's top builder, Point Homes,
Mm-hmm.
but I do tend to believe that just new construction overall is a better product for my client.
Yeah.
What do you think your niche is?
Well, I guess because I started with new construction as a builder rep.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I know the whole process of building a house and everything. So I guess because myself, I worked with another great builder too here in El Paso for a couple of years. So I have the experience of who's a good builder,
Mm-hmm.
who's a better builder, you know. So it's always me telling my clients, you know what, you're looking for quality. This is a good builder for you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I want to say on the buyer's side, I'm more knowledgeable because I know the whole process of just building a house and know what you put into walls on the house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and not only that, I mean, your niche, I think, and this is me telling you as your broker, as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
I think your niche and your what makes it pop is your uniqueness, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, and this is no secret, a lot of people ask me, hey, or they tell me, Joe dresses cool. Joe, like he has nice cars, things like that. So it's kind of like an image that you like to uphold. And I think people are drawn to that. I mean, you're probably the first guest that brings their own cup here. We'll zoom into that. His own cup, you know.
Yeah.
But I think overall branding yourself is something that you've been very, very successful at doing, right? There's a brand behind you. There's, you know, they know what they're going to get when they work with Joe,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
And then coming to the quality side, right? You also represent Point Homes in 2 subdivisions right now,
Correct.
correct? That's going to be Point Homes in Peyton Estates and Point Homes in
Painted Sky.
Painted Sky, right? Tell me a little bit about those 2 communities, man.
So the community that I have for Painted Estates, it's a very nice, seclusive area. And when I say seclusive, it's only 3 streets. So you have Tiger Valley, Blue Valley, Gold Valley. It's up East Lake, right on Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
It's right across El Paso High School. It's right across East Lake High School.
Okay.
So all the homes there, they're over $500,000 up to close to $1 million.
Okay.
So it's a very nice area. I have 4 homes left. I have 2 homes at 540, and I have 2 other homes at 575.
Okay.
And that's right there on Peyton Estate.
Yeah, so that's like you said. There's 2 one way in, one way out, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And all the houses there, I think the lots are all what 10,000 square feet.
Over
And
10,000. Yeah.
okay,
square foot.
so if you're looking for a large lot, you know, and a higher price point home, and
3-car garage.
3-car garage.
Yeah.
Not that the quality differs, you know, but the amenities do, right?
Correct.
The different amenities in different subdivisions, and this subdivision is one of those that you're going to get the top of the line amenities, not just with Point Homes, but with every builder in the area. Correct?
That's correct. You have a lot of custom homes around that area, so it's nice.
Okay, and then it's right behind where the view is. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's definitely a very coveted area. And like you said, we only had 4 homes. We had 6 homes there. And it's because it's a very small community.
Correct.
Right? It's not one of those big communities with 300-400 lots. It was a small community with maybe, I think it was like 60 lots for all the builders that were in there, if that.
So. Yeah.
I think it's less than that. So it's very, very secluded, you know, very coveted. And of course, if anybody is looking for anything in that Horizon area, that's the place to be, Payne Estates.
Correct.
Now, you also have another area that's a little bit more affordable, correct?
Yes, I have a Painted Sky, which is right off Paseo del Este
Okay.
and Darrington. So
Okay.
there's a 4-way stop. There's elementary school or middle school, Dr. Sue,
Yeah.
and it's right there on 4-way stop in Emerald Park.
Okay.
Turn left if you're coming from Paseo del Este. Brand new community right there. I have, I want to say 7 homes. Price points there at $350 and over.
Okay. So
Okay.
they started in the 350s.
350s, correct.
Okay. Perfect. And that's about what, 2,100 square feet, más o menos?
Over 2,000 square feet.
Okay. So over 2,000 square feet starting in 350. Is this the community? Because there's a lot of talk about the first community that's going to have like a community center, right?
Correct. Yes.
It's going to have a pool. It's going to have a gym, all of that. And that's for the Hunt development, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
So there's going to be a small fee, obviously, of HOA. But I mean, it's going to be a lovely neighborhood to buy a house there.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of people don't. I think that's more of an East Texas thing, right? Having a community center, having everybody, and I think that's a good way to get everyone in the area to know each other. Because how often do you really talk to your neighbors anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hardly do. But now with that community center, you're gonna be able to, you know your neighbor, you know your neighbor's kids, and that's another part of home ownership. Yesterday, I was talking about, during the training, I talked about if you're not investing your money into your family's equity, right? If you're not investing it into a home, what are you wasting it on? You know, what are you wasting it on? But another thing that a lot of people don't understand is that when you own a home, you get a sense of ownership. You get a sense of belonging in an area that I think, a lot of people have never felt it.
Yeah.
You know, you have a sense of pride. Like, hey, today I'm going to paint the wall in my house or I'm going to put up this accent or I'm going to do I'm pretty excited because we're getting ready to start my backyard at the house where we're living at. And I'm pretty excited. I'm like, we're going to do grass. We're going to do, the accent rocks and cantera and all these different things that I don't think you get from living or renting somewhere else.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, aside from that, what's some special things about you? What's one thing that not a lot of people know that you're willing to share with El Paso today and whoever else is listening?
Well, I guess you knew. Not a lot of people knew, but I used to be in a band.
Okay.
I started drumming.
You were in the Backstreet Boys. I'm just kidding. Okay.
So yeah, I used to play. It was a Christian band.
Okay.
I used to play the drums. I started at a young age. Went semi-professional, and we used to tour around the U.S.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a venture. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
At 18, 19 years old.
I bet you not a lot of people know that. When you say semi-professional, did you record a CD or did you record with like a big artist?
Yeah, so we recorded at different studios. I went one to it's in Tornillo, Sonic Ranch. So it was pretty cool to know. I even saw an artist, a Mexican artist there. But it was pretty cool. I mean, you met a lot of people. It was a nice venture. It was cool.
Yeah, and I always, whenever I see something like on Instagram or whatever, and I see people drumming, I always send it to you. Yeah. I'm like, I bet you can't do it. And you're like, yeah, I can. And we've actually gone to Guitar Center, right? Yeah. And I'm like, hey, there's a drum set in there. You go, and that's pretty cool. Yeah. That's an interesting fact. Joe, if anybody wants to reach you at, where can they reach you at? I mean, I know you're big on social media with like 15, 16,000 followers on Instagram, but what's the best way that somebody can reach you at if they're looking to buy, sell a home, get a new buyer orientation, a new seller orientation? How can they reach you at?
So you guys can call me at 915-274-2778. That's my cell phone, or through social media. You can look me up on Facebook, Joe Moreno, Real Estate Agent, or Instagram, Joe Moreno Sells Real Estate. There
you go. Joe Moreno Sells Real Estate. Guys, if you have any other questions for Joe Moreno, he just dropped his information. Follow him on social media. He always has some pretty interesting information there. And, this was a really good one. It's a short and sweet one. Yes. I appreciate you for coming on here.
For the invite.
And let's do it again sometime.
Let's do it.
Well.